The Knoxville Nationals is the biggest race on the sprint car racing calendar.
Total purse payout is over $1 million throughout the 4-day event, with 175,000 of those going to just the winner.
The format leading up to the 50-lap finale on the Saturday night, though, is quite different to any other sprint car race. In this video, I'm going to break down the Knoxville Nationals format for you. The format for the Knoxville Nationals is best broken down by the 4 nights. The first 2 nights of the Knoxville Nationals, the Wednesday and the Thursday, are qualifying nights. Friday is dubbed Hard Knocks Night, with Saturday being Championship Night. The Nationals attracts so many cars and pays out so much money that the only way to properly qualify all of the cars is to split the field into 2. On the Wednesday, half of the entered field qualify, with the other half qualifying on the Thursday. Don't stress, they all come together in the end. It's important to remember that the Nationals format is heavily based off of points. Every time you hit the track, the aim is to maximize your points. The best point score anyone can aim for on their qualifying night is 500 points. Both the Wednesday and Thursday start with the night's respective cars being given hot laps, followed by 2 timed qualifying laps. For time trials, the fastest qualifier is awarded 200 points, with the next being awarded 198, third gets 196, and so on down the line. Only the top 50 qualifiers each night make one of the 5 heat races, meaning 10 cars start each heat race. The 51st fastest qualifier onwards, if there are that many cars, go to the last chance heat, where the top 8 finishers will tag the back of the night's C main. If there are 10 or less cars not making the heats, there will be no last chance heat, and instead those cars will line up heads up in the C main, starting in the 6th row. For the qualifying heat races, the top 8 cars are inverted, meaning the 5 fastest qualifiers will start from position 8 in their respective heats. 6th to 10th fastest start from position 7 in their respective heats, and so on, with 36th to 40th fastest in qualifying starting from the pole of their respective heats. The cars that qualified 41st to 50th quick are not part of the invert and make up the final row of each of their respective heats. I know what you're thinking, you've just qualified fastest for the Knoxville Nationals and have been penalised because of it. Remember what I said about points being important? Qualifying is worth 200 points, while a heat race win is awarded just 100 points. Second place in a heat gets 97 points, third gets 3 less points again, and so on. So there's no point pondering whether to sandbag in qualifying, as it only harms your overall points. The catch is that only the top 4 finishing cars from each heat transfer directly to that night's A main, with 5th to 8th finishing cars in the heat going to the B main, and the remaining cars going to the C main. So, you could qualify fastest, grabbing 200 points, race from 8th to 5th in the toughest heat race of the season, and still not make the feature. But you have a lot of points. Hang on to that for now. All we have left for the Wednesday and Thursday qualifying nights are the features. We have a C main, B main, and a 25-lap preliminary A main. The top 4 finishing cars from the C main transfer to the back of the B main, with the top 4 finishers from the B main tagging the back of the A main. No matter where your night finishes, you get points. There is also a top 8 invert for the A main. Again, you could earn quick time in qualifying, win your heat from 8th, and still have to start in 8th in that night's preliminary A main, but you'll be on top of the points. That night's A main starts 24 cars, with the winner receiving 200 points and $12,000, with points decreasing by 2, with the 24th car earning 152 points. This is 10 points more than the next car, who ran 5th in the B main. So obviously it pays to just make the next feature, but also comes with the opportunity to advance from your starting spot. The top 16 cars in combined points from Wednesday and Thursday are locked into Saturday's Championship A main. Teams 17th to 26th in points are awarded the first 10 positions in the Saturday B main. We then move on to Friday night, which has been dubbed Hard Knocks. I love this night. The format for this night wasn't this way until a handful of years ago, and this updated format has made it so much more interesting. Friday night's cars are kinda like the best of the rest, although trust me, there's always good cars on Friday night. Basically, 27th in points onwards have to race on Friday night, which is pretty much a second chance night. The Friday night is similar to the previous qualifying night, but not really. Friday has split field qualifying, 6 heats, a C main, 2 B mains, and the Hard Knocks 25 lap A main. Flight 1 of qualifying will line up heats 1, 2, and 3, with Flight 2 lining up heats 4, 5, and 6. The heat races have an invert of 4, meaning the fastest qualifier will line up 4th in their respective heat, and only the top 3 cars from each of the 6 heats transfer directly to the Friday A main to cement the top 18 starters. Starting positions 19 to 24 in the A main are the top 3 finishers of each of the B mains. The aim for Friday is to finish inside the top 4 for the A main, as those cars will start Saturday's A main from positions 21 to 24. This is where things get a little weird, because you could be 27th in points after the Wednesday and Thursday qualifying nights are combined and still have a shot to lock into Saturday's feature before 17th to 26 on points have a chance, as they have to run Saturday's B main. I hope you're still with me, because now we're on to Saturday, the finale. Saturday's format is extremely simple. It's just hot laps and features. This is where every car hits the track for racing at least once. Depending on how many cars have decided to turn up on the Saturday night, the racing typically starts with a 10 lap E main, followed by a 12 lap D main, a 15 lap C main after that, and then a 22 lap B main. The top 4 finishers from each of these mains start at the back of the following main until the final 4 cars are locked into the 24 car Knoxville Nationals field. But the 4 cars that transferred from the B main start in front of the 4 cars that locked in from Friday's Hard Knocks feature. It's a little bit different to your typical lineup. So then we finally only have 50 laps ahead of us to crown a Knoxville Nationals champ. Except, since 2010's 50th anniversary of the race, we've added a fuel stop. Basically, the way it works is that between laps 25 and 30, there will be a stoppage. If a car causes a yellow between those laps, that yellow will be turned into the stoppage. If the race gets to lap 30 and there has been no yellow in that window, the officials will bring on the yellow lights to signal the stoppage. The stoppage is a chance for drivers and teams to make changes to their cars, but at the very least, add fuel and change tyres. From there, we then line back up in single file
and race until the end of lap 50, where the winner receives 175 grand.
I hope you liked this video, and I hope I at least made it a little bit simpler for you all to understand. Thanks for watching, and make sure you leave a comment below of what you think of the Knoxville Nationals format.